Station, this is Houston. Are you ready for the event?
Houston, this is Station. We are ready for the event.
South by Southwest, this is Mission Control Houston. Please call Station for a voice check.
Station, this is South by Southwest. How do you hear me?
And South by Southwest, we hear you loud and clear, and good morning.
Hi, it's a real honor to get to talk with you. Thank you for taking our questions. My name is Kyle Jones. I am an Earthling from Nashville, Tennessee. Despite all your training and preparation, what is something you did not expect from your experience in space? Thank you.
Yeah, that's a great question, and I think for me, this was my first flight, and so the biggest difference, or what you really can't train for, is actually floating and what it's like to be in microgravity all the time. So we can get just a few seconds during the training, during the operations with or practicing for EVAs, spacewalks. We use the pool, but it doesn't give you that true feeling of what it's like to be in microgravity, and so that takes some time to get used to once you get here.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dan Edwards from Atlanta, Georgia, and my 6-year-old son has a question for you. Can you see volcanoes in space?
That's a very good question. We see a lot of activities, volcanic activities. And when there's an eruption, ground folks tell us to take pictures, and we were able to capture a lot of volcanic activities. It's really vivid, and it's sometimes very amazing view to see the air and water vapors coming out of the volcanoes.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Tiparat Amrat. I have 2 questions for you. One is, what kind of mission are you working on right now? And the other one is, how do you keep in touch with your family?
Okay, keeping in touch with our family, well, that's an easy one. We have lots of ways to communicate with our family. We actually have a telephone on board where we can call our families at pretty much almost any time of the day. And then about once a week, we do a video conference with our family. And of course, we have email. So we could stay in touch with our friends and our family quite a bit. Your other question is, what is our mission? Well, basically, we're doing science and research up here. We have probably about 200 experiments will go on while we're up here for the 6-month period. And it ranges everything from biology to Earth observation to looking for dark matter in deep space. So it's a wide range of experiments going on at any time.
Hello, this is Peggy Hazley from Planet Earth. I just had to say that. And I was wondering what sleep is like in outer space. Can you describe what it's like to sleep when you don't have day and night? What's happening to your circadian rhythms, to your dreams? Do you snore differently? What's it like out there?
Well, hi, Peggy from Earth. Sleeping up here is actually quite comfortable. Of course, as I was stating earlier, in the microgravity environment, there's no up or down, so we don't have a bed that we lay on or a cot or anything like that. We have our little cubicle that's about the size of a broom closet, and in there we have a sleeping bag, and we just attach it to the wall. And as far as how do we know when it's time to go to bed and all that, well, we're on GMT time up here, Greenwich Mean Time. And so we just go by the clock. And so about 10 to 11 o'clock at night, someone will turn out all of the lights, and that kind of is a good indication that it's time for us to go to sleep. And it's actually quite dark and quite comfortable inside our quarters. And then you just crawl in your sleeping bag, and it's really up to you. Some people like to, when they sleep, they'll have their arms kind of hanging out and they'll float. Some people like to be more of cocooned inside, and it's actually quite comfortable.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Nicola from London. I'm also on GMT time, and this is one of the most exciting things that's ever happened. My question is, what does space smell like?
Yeah, actually, I hope we don't smell very much in the space station. But I can tell you, when Rick and Mike went out to spacewalk, when they came back, I could smell the space of the vacuum. It probably comes from some external surface of the space station, and it's some mechanical smell, and it's very unique. As soon as we opened the hatch when they came in after a spacewalk, I smelled that. So that's a very unique smell. But other than that, I think inside of the space station, we have really good air circulation, ventilation. So it doesn't smell very differently from the ground.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Joe Curry. My question is, what are some ways NASA can inspire students to be our future scientists and astronauts?
Well, we like to inspire folks on a daily basis up here. That's one of the reasons why we communicate with folks in these events right now, is to try to inspire folks, to motivate folks, to show them what's possible. You know, when I was growing up, I never knew that I could be an astronaut until I saw an advertisement in a magazine and I answered that ad. Of course, it took me 9 years of hard work and applications to eventually get selected. But NASA is one of the main reasons for NASA is to promote math, promote science, to encourage students to study hard and to go into engineering and technologies and things like that. So NASA does a lot of things to try to do that for students. We have a lot of outreach programs for teachers and outreach programs for students. And astronauts even go off and do PAO events and visit schools on a regular basis. So NASA is doing quite a bit in that area.
Hello, my name is Miriam Langsam, and I work in advertising, so I'm glad that it works. My question is, if you could travel to anywhere in the universe, where would it be and why?
Well, that's pretty easy. It'd be Earth. You know, being away from Earth, this is an absolutely incredible experience, and it's something I'll never forget. But I'm getting ready to come home on Monday night, and I'm looking forward to it. You know, you see the views of Earth up here, and it is truly stunning, and it's something that never gets old. But at the same time, I'm really looking forward to feeling the Earth between my toes, feeling a breeze, maybe even standing out in a rainstorm. So Earth is truly incredible, and I think that's where I'd like to go.
Thank you. It was an honor to speak with you.
Hi, I'm Beatrice from Miami, and I wanted to take an Oscar selfie with you guys, if you don't mind. Yes. On your screen. Hi. You there? Okay.
We're still here.
They should keep saying something. Keep saying something. Keep saying something.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hey, cheese.
Keep talking.
Hello.
Okay, we still hear you loud and clear. And we have not heard the last question. Could you repeat?
I got it.
Did it come out great?
Yes.
Yeah, got it. Okay, cool. Thank you.
She took a selfie with you, just like at the Oscars.
Hi, this is Vineet from Jersey City, New Jersey. You guys are awesome. And my question is, at Earth, we all are always stressed. Do you get stressed up in space? How do you handle it?
Yeah, actually, all of us on board the space station go through the emergency medical training, like CPR and then injury treatment. And in case of an medical emergency happens, we follow the procedure to treat. And we also have a real-time support from the flight surgeons on the ground. So we will be able to cope with that kind of emergency situation.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Ben from here in Austin, Texas, and I was curious if you guys had any protection from cosmic radiation up there, if the magnetosphere protects you since you're above the ionosphere. Just worried about that. My wife is a flight attendant, and I kind of worry about her when she's up in the planes, but you guys are up at 250 miles.
Well, we don't have any special protection. You know, obviously the structure protects us a little bit, but no, we are above the protection of the atmosphere, so we do absorb quite a bit of radiation. But we monitor that very closely. We have radiation monitors throughout the vehicle. We have radiation monitors that we have to carry on our person at all time, and then those numbers are added up over our lifetime. And if we exceed a certain radiation limit, then we're no longer allowed to fly.
Thank you.
Can I get Taylor Reed? Hi, gentlemen. My name's Christine, and I'm from Atlanta. So my question is, this is something you just kind of addressed a little bit, but things that you're missing about Earth, about, just your normal kind of daily creature comforts, if there's anything in particular that you're sort of surprised that you missed while you've been up there, other than, of course, friends and family.
Yeah, actually, there are things that you do miss, and I would say one of them that I miss is a shower. Up here, we don't have a shower, and so when we clean up, we use a wet cloth to wash off, and then a towel to dry off. But I can't wait to have that shower. And the other thing that we get occasionally, but not as often as I'd like, and that's the fresh fruit. Sometimes we'll fresh produce. When we have a resupply vehicle, we'll usually get a little bit, but it doesn't last very long.
Thank you.
Can I get Richard Just and Marianne from New York?
Hi, hello. I'm Jenny from Denver, and I'm in the running for one of the bigger space geeks in the room. I went to space camp 3 times as a child, so I might pass out right now. I just wondered if you guys have ever been really scared while you were on an EVA, and if so, what caused it? It's okay to admit it.
Have I ever been scared on a spacewalk? I've done a few spacewalks, and I can't say that I've ever been scared, but there is a bit of pressure when you're out there because of the, you're working on multi-billion-dollar hardware. It's very easy to do something wrong or break something, and you got the whole world watching you, it feels like. So there's a lot of pressure on you, of course, to perform and to do things correctly. I've never been scared, but we definitely worry while we're out there.
Have you ever messed up or dropped anything or that you can talk about?
Do we have to admit that?
Nope.
Yeah, we actually mistakes are making all the time, and hopefully they're minor. But that's one of the things that we train for as well. Is when you do make a mistake, you've got to get past it, fix whatever that maybe you did wrong, and keep going. Because if it happens early on in a 6-hour EVA, you've got a lot of work to do, and you can't sit there and worry about something that didn't go quite right earlier on.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, you guys. This moment of a lifetime.
Hi, my name is Taylor Reed, and I'm a total space nut since my fiance did an internship at SpaceX, so he's probably going to kill me after I tell him I got to talk to astronauts. My question for you is, do you get on social networks while you're in orbit, and how do you communicate with your friends and family down here on Earth? Are you sending Snapchats or selfies on Instagram or anything like that?
Yeah, we actually tweet a lot, and the Facebook we use, and then actually we take a lot of pictures of the Earth and what we do in the space station, outside of the space station, and tweet and then send a message. And then actually a lot of people retweet and reply to our tweets, and it's really I am really thankful to see the reaction of the public. And I hope we are extending this excitement of what we do in space through the social media. And as far as the communication with the family, as Rick mentioned, we have really great tools to communicate with the family, telephone, video conference, and email. So I think we are really keep in touch with the family on a daily basis.
Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Richard Just. I'm super excited to be here chatting to you guys just now. I was wondering, how did it feel the first time you saw Earth from space, and has being in space changed the way that you look at life and humanity?
Yeah, it's that's a tough question to answer. It's a bit overwhelming because you see pictures of it, but when you see it live and really we talked about the spacewalks, and that's one of the most amazing things about a spacewalk as well. When we look at the Earth through the cupola, you've got the windows that you're looking through, and so there's frame and everything around it, and so your views can be somewhat limited. But when you go outside on a spacewalk and all you have is just the visor of your helmet, which you can just see the Earth, the incredible expanse of the Earth. It's amazing. And does it change your perspective on it? Yeah, I think there's a couple things that you notice about it. One, I would say that you don't see any borders, and so I think that's a good thing. And we're all part of this one planet, and so I think it changes your outlook on that. And what else? The other part is you just realize how precious our planet is, and how important it is to take care of it.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Daniel Fisher from London, England. This is a huge childhood dream come true, so thank you. My question is, how much have life support systems changed on the space station in the last few years, particularly since the 80s?
Yeah, probably the biggest changes that we have incorporated into the space station is we're trying to recycle everything. We're recycling the water, so we drink the water, that we urinate, that we sweat, the condensation is collected, that water is purified, and then we drink it again. But it's purified, probably more pure than any water that I've ever drank before. So the air is recycled, of course, continuously. The CO2 is scrubbed out and recycled. So I think the kind of things that we're seeing on board space station, we're trying to recycle everything. Because if we go off to the moon, or if we go off to Mars or an asteroid, we can't carry all the water that a person needs to drink on a daily basis. We need to be able to recycle. We can't carry all the air. It's just too much weight, too much mass, too much volume. So we have to learn to recycle. And of course, these technologies apply to Earth. We could recycle water. The technologies we develop up here can be used to recycle water back on planet Earth, because eventually we're going to start running out of water on Earth also.
My name is Haley Fick, and I'm from Houston, Texas. I'm actually an intern at Johnson Space Center. And this is a popular question a lot of people are wondering about. What did you think about the movie Gravity? Were there situations that were realistic, or was it all Hollywood drama?
Actually, just before Rick and I launched, Hopper was already there, but we watched the movie in Russia, and it was a pretty exciting movie. And up on the space station, our life here is not as exciting as you see on the movie. But spacewalks they conducted was really exciting, and it's really fascinating to see them work outside of the space station. So on the long run, the excitement that we have is pretty, similar to what you see in the movie. But we're having a very safe and efficient operation every day here.
Thank you.
Hello, my name's Ollie, calling from London. When do you think we're going to become a truly spacefaring species, given that we still haven't set foot on Mars?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think it is in our future. When that is, I'm not quite sure. But I definitely think that we're going to, we'll take baby steps. Maybe it's going back to the moon, on to Mars, the asteroid. What's interesting, though, is here with the space station, we've had a permanent presence in space for, the last 13 years, 14 years. So that's pretty exciting, and that's definitely a step in the right direction for that, a spacefaring species.
Thank you very much.
Station, this is Houston ACR. On behalf of South by Southwest, thank you very much. This concludes our event.
Thank you, South by Southwest Station. We are now resuming operational audio communication.